it's in Coach Jones' hands to make the decision. And I'll tell you what, Nathan Peterman and Josh Dobbs are playing lights out as well. And they've really pushed me to be a better quarterback. We talk about power of the position, and I'll tell you, we've got a really, really good quarterback group. And they've really made the decision hard on the coaches, I'll tell you that.
What's your difference in size? You about how much you transformed your body. What is the difference in size in terms of weight, and how much has it helped you?
I weighed 230 yesterday. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I'll probably try to play around 225 to 230. I feel like I'm faster, even though I'm heavier. I credit Coach Lawson and his staff. They've done a great job with us.
Justin, do you feel like you had a lot more weapons this year to work with in terms of skill position players and stuff?
Of course.
How much can that help you?
Oh, I mean, like I said earlier, I just got to get into some of these guys' hands, and they can turn a little bubble into a 60-yard touchdown. Tight ends, we're deep there with some of these young guys that come in and contributed. Running back, we've got Jalen Hurd, Devin Young, Marlon Wayne, kind of a three-headed monster that I think can really impress the people this year as well. And then everybody talks about our receivers out wide. So I just got to get into some of these guys' hands and hope they make me look good.
Justin, you didn't even seem last year when they pulled you from the starting position. Nathan started against Florida. You came in and played well when he was hurt. You didn't seem phased by the demotion. Were you phased at all by it, or how did you handle that inwardly?
I mean, yeah, that news was tough, but I knew I had to be ready. I mean, anything can happen. Coach Jones kind of uses the analogy like Josh Dobbs didn't travel to Florida, and then he was playing 3 or 4 weeks later. So everybody has to be ready. This is SEC. We're playing in the best conference in college football, and I mean you have to be ready when your opportunity comes. And I knew I couldn't beat myself up and tried to kind of rally the troops when I had the opportunity to go back in.
Why'd you say you were so timid last year?
We had some senior offensive linemen that kind of had control of the offense. Some of the guys were hard to kind of get them to follow me, and it was my first year as being the kind of true starter, so a lot of it was learning, a big learning curve being a junior and starting for the first time. So,
what's different this time around, and how are you going to show the guys you're not the same timid quarterback you were?
I'd say experience, being able to start and play against Florida and Alabama and some of these teams, South Carolina, Georgia. And then I feel like we've got a really, really strong group of guys that'll play for each other and fight for each other. And I can feel the respect that they have for me as well as other quarterbacks.
Justin, how much did Josh Worley need a big night like he apparently had last night in scrimmage?
He's kind of been down on himself. He beats himself up hard. Coach Jones has been on us as quarterbacks to say, hey, go encourage him. He needs a little bit of pick me up. So for him to go out and have some big catches and some long yardage plays should help his confidence going into the next couple weeks and into the season.
Justin, guys are following you now. How much of that is not just your leadership, but just the program's desire to win and be there?
Yeah, I mean, most of us come from winning programs in high school. I'm 4 years removed from my high school years, but yeah, everybody is ready to make that change, make that transition. And with 43 new guys that we didn't have in the spring, I think they're looking for anybody to turn to that they feel is leading them.
I felt since the spring also, I felt like I had my best spring ever this past spring, and I just tried to build on that this fall camp, and I felt like I performed well. Obviously never perfect. There's always things I could have done better that I wish I would have, but just going forward now and trying to get better and get the team better. So we're going to win as many games as we can.
And I guess with the rash of injuries last year, you guys just have to know you're going to 1-2 snaps away, whatever. Does that just kind of give you all a heightened sense of staying mentally locked in during the week, as you guys train?
I think it does, just because you always hear you're one snap away, but last year it really kind of played out and showed us that. But you never know what can happen in football season. I mean, it's a crazy sport. You can never really predict what's going to happen. So we just got to leave the rest up to God, and that's what will take care of it.
Is it fair to say that you feel like this competition was conducted fairly? I mean, it sounds like. I mean, you feel like you got as much of a chance as you deserved. I guess you feel like everybody got a shot at winning this thing.
I do. I think the coaches did a great job with the reps. I'm thankful for every opportunity they give me, so I'm not going to question anything they did. I think the coaches know what they're doing for a good reason, that they're at this level, and they're great coaches, so I was very appreciative of the opportunities I got.
Coach Jones said that Justin's playing the best football he's played. Would you agree with that? And what are you seeing from Justin maybe that you haven't before?
I would. Me and Justin have been together for a while now, about 3 years, and he's really delivering the ball very accurately, making really good decisions, and I think just managing the offense very well as a whole. So really happy for him right now.
Were you surprised when Coach came and gave you the news?
I don't want to say I was surprised. There were some kind of things, certain reps-wise, that we could kind of tell. But again, I've been here before, and we've all kind of been here before. We know how this competition things go. So I think all three of us, me, Justin, and Josh, are all kind of handling it very well, and still have a good relationship with each other. And I think we're just moving on, going positively to this.
Where do you feel like you got better at camp, I guess, so far? How do you feel like your game's better than it was just at the beginning of August?
I'd say, I feel like I've started to make some of those tighter throws, and kind of push the ball down the field a little bit more, which is, I was happy with that because I've been working on that a lot this summer. So I felt good about that, but also, that's part of due to our receivers. I mean, we got a lot of playmakers, guys going up and getting the ball for us and really helping us out. So, that was a positive thing this fall camp.
Coach Jakey said that it would be unfair for people to judge your play as quarterback on the small stint you had to play last year when you were banged up for most of it. Is there a desire in you to get a chance to show people that look, I'm a different quarterback than I was, what you guys saw out there?
Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely a huge chip on my shoulder. I think that's kind of obvious. But I think everything that happened last year happened for a reason. And I definitely trust God that it did happen that way. And obviously it's not the way I would have liked it, but I just know I've grown a lot from that and learned a lot of good lessons. So, just moving on from that, and feel like I really have gotten stronger from it.
Nathan, how long do you think it took you to get over that day?
It wasn't easy. I wish it could have been just that next day or the next week, but being hurt for 6 weeks after that, and getting a lot of time to yourself to think, it was tough. But I had a lot of good prayer and support from my family and close friends, and even the teammates, guys were there to encourage me. And again, I don't think it was easy, but I feel very, fortified by that adversity that came, and definitely strengthened from it.
After last year,
are you disappointed in yourself in anything in this camp? Or how do you do this camp?
I wouldn't say I'm disappointed in myself. Of course, I'm just being a competitor. My goal when I step on the field is always to compete, be the best I can be, continue to get better every day. So my goal, camp's not over yet. My goal is to continue to take steps forward. We have another practice tomorrow. Big scrimmage coming up Saturday. So my goal is to just continue to improve, still taking it day by day, and becoming the best quarterback I can be, because I know one day my name is going to be called.
What have you not done as well as you can? What have you not done? Is it accuracy? Is it processing, decision making? What is it?
There definitely have been areas I feel like I can improve. The one thing I want to improve myself, and talking with the coaches, I just need to make sure I'm just being more consistent. Every day I need to have a good day. Every day I need to come out and have a very productive day. That's what I try to do. And of course, there's going to be slip-ups here and there. My goal is just to make every day as productive as it can be.
Josh, last year obviously is a pretty good illustration that just because you weren't named the starter, that's not the end of the road, given you weren't even on the travel roster and you started the last 4 months. Is that kind of weighing in your mind today? That it doesn't end here?
Right, of course, it doesn't end here. Every day is a competition. Coach Jones preaches it to our team in every position. Our goal, especially as a quarterback unit, is to push Justin to be the best quarterback he can be for the games he plays, so we can be the best team we can be. So we talk about the power of the position. That's a big thing around Tennessee football. So our goal is to take each day as one and continue to move forward.
How stressful is it in practice meeting Butch and Coach Bajaki and 10 feet away? They're watching your footwork, they're watching all the mechanics. How much different is it when you actually get in the game and you just play?
They definitely do it on purpose. They try to give us as much chaos and as much distractions as possible, because in the games when you're performing in front of 102, 455, there's definitely a lot of distractions. So you have to make sure you stay focused in, block out all the noise, and stay focused on the task at hand.
Is there more to think about in the practice where the mechanics and all that stuff they're watching so closely?
I would say that they want us to, of course, be great. Obviously, that's their goal, and when they coach us, they definitely try to tell us what we need to improve at on each throw, so we're able to improve it for the next throw. So I kind of like how tedious they are and our mechanics, because it definitely helps us become better quarterbacks.
Josh, did you